Hi Aquarius, thanks for watching. This is a spiritual horoscope, so please take what resonates and release the rest. We'll get started with some runes and then we'll clarify with some cards. So let's jump in. What does the universe want to bring in for Aquarius? What's the energy that you need to clarify? So you've got, oh, actually look, two came out. So you've got this one, which represents emotional strength, and the one that just came out here is the assertiveness one. So let's take a look here, what we can clarify for you. All right, so you've got Awaz, sorry, not Awaz, Nauthies. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. It was Awaz. I'm going crazy. So you've got Awaz, and Awaz represents, it's like letting go and surrendering. So it's almost with all these emotions that you're going through, it seems like the only way you're going to let go of them is by speaking up. Because right now it seems like you're holding everything in, and it's like you're trying to avoid hurting somebody, or you're like avoiding having a discussion, like there's some sort of avoidance happening, and because of that you're holding everything in, but it's not resolving the situation. The other person doesn't know how you feel, so how can you move on? So this is where you need to speak up, and if that, and just work through these emotions and have an actual discussion, and that's how you'll end up letting go of everything that you've been carrying. You've got Urus. So Urus represents perseverance. So speaking up may seem very uncomfortable, especially if you've been holding everything in for a while. It's not something that comes naturally for you, but this is where the perseverance is coming in, because you need to start doing it, and doing it regularly. And it's like you need to do it in the moment that things happen, so this way you're not dwelling on something, you're not sitting on that energy and carrying it with you forever. Because if you deal with it in the emotion, in that situation, then it's over and done with, and you're moving on to something else. But this is where you really need to start speaking up. And there's always a nice way to say something. There's always, you can look for the positive, and it's like you can't place blame. It is the words that are popping out, that it needs to be a constructive conversation, but it needs to happen regularly. You can't keep holding on to everything, because it's not, it's the words that they're saying is that it's not healthy. That once you start doing it, it's almost like a muscle. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the stronger you'll get. So in terms of being able to speak up, it's not going to feel so foreign, but you need to start doing it, and doing it in the moment. And look, you've got Awaz, and Awaz represents movement, and like in this situation, it's like the energy is changing, because you're getting rid of all this baggage that you're carrying, because you're letting it out, and then you're moving on to other things, because you're not holding on to all this stuff that's happened in the past. And you've got Ansus. So Ansus, it's like you need to look for the right opportunities to have the conversations. If someone's already frustrated, it's like you need to diffuse the situation before like adding fuel to the fire, right? Like you need to find your opportunities and gauge, it's like gauge your audience. But if you ask the universe, that they will find you those right opportunities to have those discussions. Let's go to some cards now. What can we clarify for Aquarius? So you've got Observer. So we just talked about looking for the right opportunities to have these conversations, and look, this is coming in to validate it. So it's like being mindful of the whole situation, not just like in that particular moment, but what outside influences may affect. It's like may affect their judgment, may like cloud how they're seeing things. It's really strange as a message, but you need to look, because here I'm saying that you need to speak in the moment, but then it's like wait for your opportunity. So it's, you really need to gauge this situation. Some things it's okay to bring it up later, and then there's other things that you really need to handle in the moment. So this is where you really need to be mindful of this situation and look for the cues. And when you have a gut feeling like, hey, this can wait, then listen and wait. But when it's other situations that needs to be solved now, just go for it. And you've got exchanging gifts. So it's almost like, it seems like you have to do this with a few people, not just one. But this is where, like, once you start opening up, this is where, like, you'll actually open up someone's eyes, and they'll realize that it's like they're awake to what they've said, or like actions that they've done. And this is where there's like, it seems like there's now going to be like a mutual understanding, but you need to, it's like you need to wake them up through these conversations. All right, what was this one? So you've got soulmates. So with loved ones, it's hard sometimes to, it's almost like twofold. Sometimes it's hard to have those conversations, and in others, it's almost like it's too easy to have those conversations, and then it's like the floodgates open. So this is where it's kind of like that balancing act. But like, look, there's the key, and then there's like the little keyhole in the heart. So you do have all, it's like you have all the tools, you have all like, it's like you're prepared to have those conversations. You just need to have it. And look, I'm being drawn to this scarf here. So it's like we talked about here that they'll be awake. It's like the veil is coming off. The wool's not over their eyes anymore. Like, you're waking them up, and then like it's like there's a new balance that's being found as a result of it. And you've got time to go. So it's time to have these conversations, because it's like you've been sitting on this for a while, and now it's just time to just do it. It's like you've thought of so many different ways to have these conversations and how it's going to go, and just talk, just start the conversation. And we talked about here that there's, with the perseverance, that it's like a muscle. The more you do it, so this is where like you'll get to this stage that it will be easier to just have these conversations, but there's that work to get to that point. But what is in your control is to just start. Like, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't start. So all you can do is start the conversation and then just keep practicing. All right, this is what I have for you at this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.